They told you life was simple as straight line from birth to death, filled with obligations, distractions, and the endless pursuit of things that dissolve in your hands the moment you grasp them. They taught you to listen to every voice, but your own the voice of parents, teachers, governments, priests, advertisements, algorithms, 1,000 commands layered upon you until you forgot that beneath the noise, there was once silence. And in that silence, there was once a voice, a whisper older than time, the true center of your being. The ancients called it the demon, the guiding spirit, the inner flame that cannot be extinguished though it may be buried under centuries of lies. It is not loud. It does not scream. It waits, as patient as stone, as inevitable as death. When the false life begins to crack, when the pleasures no longer satisfy, when the achievements turn to dust, when the nights grow long and hollow, the whisper begins to rise again. This is the calling of the soul. To hear, it requires danger. For to truly listen, you must strip away the program that has been laid upon you. The world survives by keeping you deaf, by filling your ears with promises, fears, and endless noise. The calling is never convenient. It arrives in the dead of night, in the space between thoughts, in the moment you realize the life you live does not belong to you. It is the sudden ache in your chest when you see the stars and know you are not who you pretend to be. It is the terror that escapes without cause. It is the sense that there is something vast, waiting, watching, whispering just beyond the veil. But most dismiss it. They call it imagination. They medicate it, silence it, smother it beneath busyness and distraction. Why? Because to answer the soul means to betray the world. It means to walk away from the safety of the herd and into the wilderness of the unknown. The soul does not call you to comfort. It calls you to transformation, to fire, to the death of the small self and the birth of the eternal one. And this is the terror. To hear the calling is to feel the beginning of your own destruction, but also the first taste of your liberation. You may ask, how does one learn to hear? First, by learning to be still. Not still as the world teaches, not mindfulness package for consumers, but the stillness of those who face death and recognize that nothing remains but truth. In silence, without distraction, you will hear it. It may come as a question that repeats itself in your mind. It may come as a heaviness in your chest, a pull, a yearning for something you cannot name. It may come as dreams strange, unearthly, yet charged with meaning. The calling of the soul does not speak in language, but in symbols, in intuition, in resonance. To hear is not enough. You must choose to listen. And to listen is to allow the call to cut through the layers of conditioning and lies. It will demand sacrifice. The soul will ask you to leave behind the false. Friends may no longer recognize you. Desires may fall away. The masks you wore for survival will shatter. And in that raw exposure, you will tremble. For the soul's call does not lead you where you wanted to go. It leads you where you must go. There is an old teaching, hidden in mystery schools, whispered in Masonic temples, concealed in alchemical texts. The soul is the eternal conspirator against the empire of illusion. To hear it is to join its rebellion. The world wants you to sleep, but the soul wants you awake. The world wants you obedient, but the soul wants you sovereign. The world wants you blind, but the soul wants you to see. And once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. The only choice is whether you will answer. So ask yourself now, in the silence between these words, can you hear it? That faint vibration, that subtle ache, that quiet voice that has always been with you? If you lean into it, if you stop resisting, it will grow louder. It will reshape your life. It will burn away what is false. It will lead you into fire and shadow, but also into freedom. The calling of the soul is not for the faint of heart, but neither is awakening. And if you're listening to this, if these words strike a hidden chord in you, then know this. Your soul has already begun to call. You would not be here otherwise. Do not ignore it. Do not run. Lean closer. Surrender to the voice that has been waiting for you since the beginning. It is the voice of who you truly are, and it will never stop until you awaken.